I think everybody lied to us. Look at this world population, how fast they're growing, and today I want to watch the United States population. And I think it's a lie because two reasons. One, even if US, you still have all those people that say they don't have kids, and you see them pretty much in your neighborhood that they don't have that many kids around. But I want to look at this lesson from the 2020 when the pandemic starts. The migrants was 329, but the population is still growing by 1.6. Then in 2022, when everything kind of lifted, the native population, let's say the Americans, and the immigration were pretty much exactly the same with a bit of growth from the native population. And now they just go up and now down for the native population, and the migrants kind of stay stable. And I want to watch from 2050 when the native population is going to be under a million, and 5 years before that the migrants is going to get much more than the native population. So I think even today when they say the population they are growing, I get that, but not how they say. I think the population actually, I don't know how they report it, but I think the population, especially the Native Americans, they go down. When I say Native American, I'm not referring on the Indian, I'm referring to actually people who live in America, they're born there and they choose to have or not have kids. And I think those people who choose to not have kids, they're bigger than before, because from what I see from data, this let's say we expect this one. By the 2100 the population should plateau or go down, and those are data that they released, and I heard that those are kind of a lie because they don't want to see you that the population actually going down, which is good in my opinion. If population goes down, we have less people on the street, less people in traffic, on less cars. You don't, when you go to store, you don't have to wait in line for all kind of stuff. The resource is going to be much better management, and if the human greed doesn't stay in the rate, but it's going to stay that in the rate, but it's going to be at least better. But with the, let's say with the US population, especially look at this with the life expectancy, I think they go down when with the pandemic a bit, but now they kind of get up. And you can see the life expectancy for the male it's 77, and for the female it's 82, and for both sexes it's around 80 years old, which is again another problem that people still live much longer than it used to be. And I think the warranty for the human it's expired around the age of 30-35. Everything from the 35 or 40 beyond that with pretty much no warranty, you're gonna expect some problems and some, let's say at least one visit to the hospital pretty much every year, even for the checkup. You're still gonna see it. But the probable population of the US, I think they're growing, but not on this rate. I mean, look at this, the growth rate is going down and down. Let's see, where was the biggest growth rate in America? I think it was, let's see, around the 60s. Was, and then they kind of go down and down constantly, especially for the after 2010, after the financial crisis, let's say. But the things that bothers me a lot is this migration. I think and especially we know in the US a lot of illegal migration happening, so it's going to be way more people coming from outside of America than actually people from America choosing to having kids. So that's another issue that I have with that. But the main issue that I have, I think these numbers are not exactly very accurate, and if it is very accurate, from where that growth population comes, because they can come from the American that still they were born there, and their grandparents they were born there, and from those migrants that they choose to have kids there, then yeah, okay, they became American citizens, but they're not exactly American in my opinion. It's just because they they came there, their parents they came there illegal, so even they don't count. And if they be there legal and they choose to have a kid, it's still there people from their kids born from the foreign people. The good news for America is like if you go in America and have kids, it's pretty much that this is the only country you're gonna pretty much live, because I don't see in any better country to live right now than America. So if you go there already, you might change some states, but there is no way you're gonna change in a different country. If you're born in America, there's no reason anymore to go in Europe unless you have some, I don't know, desire for the old architecture and high taxes. Otherwise, there is not much. That's no reason to come anywhere. Of course, you're gonna go from Asia or other countries, but it's gonna be such a small percentages of people that choose to go there. They kind of choose it for a few years, maybe a vacation or a longer vacation, but choose to work there for a few years, like I said, but not permanently move there. And if they do, they're a very small percentage, so I don't think that. The things that are more interesting in 2050, I don't know if the population is going to be 380. My guess is going to plateau around 365, around that. Now it's like 345. And then we're going to see actually the real phase that is going to go down, which again, I think it's a good thing. The entire world population should go down. I mean, look at this, how fast they're growing. This is they say the life current population. It's not exactly life one. They kind of when they have those checkups in every country, they can update the data there, but they show you a path where we're going. And from what I understand, I mean, it's not exactly very accurate, this number, especially the growth rate. I think they're much smaller, which again, very good thing. I'm glad to see that happening, because look at this, how from so many years we were like pretty much a straight line, and then I think in 1850, around that, we just start screaming out how much people they go, and then they say gonna go back, gonna go down around 2100. I wish we can see that population go down around the world. I mean, the world population go down around 2050, 2060 at the most, and then be on the decline for at least, I don't know, go back to, let's say, less than 1 billion people around the world by 2100, but I think that's kind of, it's a lot to ask for, but who knows. But yeah, for the US population, I think they are not exactly clear numbers, and I cannot see, look at this, the growing rate is like, again, the pandemic hit, I get it, they go down pretty much at the third, and they used to be, and now backing up again, but again, we have a slow going down. And I think, like I said, from, let's say, from 2030, we're gonna see this line here around 0.2, 0.1 growing population. That's why I expect an official number by the 2050 to actually go down. They never reach 380, to reach at the most 360, around 365, around that, and never more than that. So I don't know, if you live in US and you see some changing there, it would be interesting to hear from you. I don't know if you go on the road, and especially in the busy area, like obviously gonna have some lot of people, but around the neighborhood and around your family, your friends, how many people actually choose to have kids and how many choose not? Because this is exactly what we're gonna see in the future. Not go using the government data, but see around your neighborhood, your city, how many people go in, how many people you see having kids, and so on.